Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something that's, well, happening a lot more lately. Power outages. And we're going to take that feeling of anxiety when the lights go out and flip it into confidence, into a real, workable plan that keeps everyone in your house safe and, comfortable.
So, here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll get into the why. Why are these outages becoming so normal? Then we'll build your plan from the ground up, like a blueprint. After that, we'll show you a great tool to make it all real, and finally, we'll cover how to make sure that plan stays ready to go.
All right, let's dive right in. The thing is, waiting it out just doesn't cut it anymore. With everything from crazy weather to a strained power grid, we've got to understand that this is the new normal, and knowing why is the first step to being ready.
Yeah, this quote, it just nails that feeling, doesn't it? That split second where everything goes dark and quiet. It's a real gut punch. But that feeling of panic, that's exactly what we're here to get rid of. We're going to replace it with a calm, I got this kind of response. Because that's what preparation does. It turns fear into action.
Get this, 62%. That's how many people, even in places where outages are common, have no plan. None. So, look, if you're feeling a little unprepared, you are definitely not alone. But the stakes are just too high, right? Your food goes bad in a few hours, a medical device could shut off. We're here today to help you jump from that majority into the group that's actually ready.
Okay, so what does a rock-solid plan even have in it? Let's actually build the blueprint right now, piece by piece. We're talking about the absolute must-haves that cover everything from staying safe to, just staying sane when things get a little crazy.
First up, you gotta win the temperature war. It doesn't matter if it's freezing outside or blazing hot, the basic idea is the same. Don't try to control the temperature in your whole house, that's a losing battle. Instead, you create what we call a micro-environment. Basically, pick one room, seal it up tight, and put all your heating or cooling efforts right there. It's so much more effective.
Okay, next on the list is food. And seriously, this is a race against the clock. Your refrigerator, you've got about 4 hours. That's it. After that, you're rolling the dice with some nasty stuff. So waiting and seeing is not a plan. You absolutely need to know beforehand what you're going to eat first, what needs to be cooked on a camp stove, and what, unfortunately, just has to go.
Now, for a lot of folks, this isn't just about comfort, it's life and death. If someone in your house depends on medication that needs to be cold, like insulin, or a machine that needs electricity, a power outage is a genuine emergency. And get this, a full 25% of people with these needs don't have a plan. That's terrifying. So for you, a plan for backup power and how to store that medicine isn't just a good idea, it's a non-negotiable.
Think about this. Power goes out, and what does everyone do? They grab their phone. Cell towers get slammed, their backup power fails, and poof, your phone is basically a paperweight. That's why you need backups for your backups. We're talking a simple hand crank radio to hear what's going on, and a power bank to get a little juice back in your phone for emergencies. Oh, and please, write down important phone numbers on a piece of paper. You can't access your contacts list on a dead phone.
All right, let's talk about the big one, backup power. You've basically got two main choices. Gas generators? Super powerful, but they have one massive life or death rule. Never use them indoors. Not in the garage, not on the porch. The carbon monoxide they produce is a silent killer. On the other hand, you've got battery power stations. They're quiet, you can use them inside, but they're not going to run your whole house. So it's a trade-off, and you need to know the safety rules inside and out.
Okay, great. So we have our blueprint. We know all the pieces, temperature, food, medical, communication, power, check. But now what? How do you take all these ideas floating around and actually turn them into a plan that works? A plan your family can actually use?
And you can totally see why so many people get stuck here. It's a lot. You're trying to juggle buying the right stuff, remembering to write down phone numbers, figuring out how to use a generator without, hurting anyone. It can honestly feel like way too much.
But here's the secret. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The trick is to just follow a guide. A good system takes this giant, overwhelming project and just breaks it down into small, easy-to-handle steps, one thing at a time.
So let's actually look at a tool that does exactly this. It's called Prepared Pathways, and it's a perfect example of how you can take that blueprint we just talked about and turn it into a real, honest-to-goodness plan that you can hold in your hands.
So a tool like this starts with a checklist, but it's way more than just a shopping list. It actually teaches you the why behind everything. It's one thing to have a fire extinguisher, right? It's another thing to actually know how to use it. That's what turns a pile of stuff into a real plan. And honestly, it builds your confidence as you go.
Remember that microenvironment we talked about? Well, a guided system walks you through setting it up. It makes you think, okay, which room is the best choice? How am I going to block the drafts under the door? What's a safe way to keep it warm? It takes that concept and makes it real for your home.
And this right here, this could be the most important part for so many of you. This module is where you get organized. You write down every single device, every medication, what it needs. This isn't just a list, it's about having all the answers before you're in a panic. No scrambling, just following the plan.
We hear horrible stories after every big outage, and this section is all about preventing them. It's 100% focused on safety. Where does the generator go? How do you store the fuel? What are the most important things to plug in? It's about using your power smart and, most of all, using it safe.
This is where we build that communication plan we talked about. It walks you through picking that out-of-state contact, getting all your important numbers written down, and making sure everyone in the house knows the drill for checking in when phones aren't working right.
So when you look at it all together, you see it's not just a bunch of random tips. It's a whole system. Each piece fits together. The checklist, the shelter plan, the medical info, all of it. When you work through each part, you're not just hoarding supplies. You're building a real, honest-to-goodness plan that you can count on.
Okay, last thing, and this is super important. You can't just make a plan and then stick it in a drawer to collect dust. A plan is a living thing. You gotta keep it fresh so it's actually ready when you need it.
It really comes down to 3 final steps. 1, do the work, build the plan. 2, talk about it. This is huge. Everyone in your house has to know the plan, or what's the point? And 3, revisit it. Seriously, put a reminder on your phone. Check it every season. Your needs change, batteries die, food expires. An old plan can be a bad plan.
So in the end, it all boils down to this one question. Answering yes doesn't mean you need some crazy expensive setup. Not at all. It just means taking a few simple steps now, before you need to. That's how you turn worry into action. And that's how you make sure that when the lights go out for everyone else, you've got the power to keep your family safe.